What's up, my bonsai friends? Today I'll give you an update on this tree that I collected from my office. Collected this tree a few years ago and now we're gonna take it to the next step. So we're gonna do some branch selections today and see how we can take this tree forward. So first thing I want to do is take out all of these weeds. Look at this, there's even a weed growing here. So now that we have that out of the way, we can go continue further and see which branch we're gonna use in this design. And we had a lot of back budding inside of the tree. So the next thing I want to do is to see what will be the front of this tree. So first I will take out this kind of dead branches, and I put some wire on this branch over here. But let's see what we can do, because we have we have a branch here that goes up. Let me bring you closer. Alright, so I placed the tree on a turning table so we can see better from all different kinds of angles. And first thing you see is that the tree has a very nice wide base, and for either this side or this side, so it's a kind of two-dimensional, because if I turn this way, you see that it doesn't have like the wide base spread that you want, and you have kind of inverse taper over here. So that's not what we want. So we either choose this side to be the front. I hope you can see it. This side to be the front, or this side. And if you go further on the tree, you can see the tree is quite tall. And I cannot change the angle right now because this box is falling apart. I will definitely do a repot next year on this tree. So for now we have to look, okay, what will be the front more or less, and what will be the trunk line, so we can make decisions on which branch we will take off, because we don't want this to continue growing, this kind of little crotch grow over here, because otherwise this will swell and we'll get more inverse taper. So first thing we need to do is, okay, how tall will be the tree? So we establish that either this side or the back side to be the front of the tree, and then we have the trunk base. On the top we see that the trunk line splits in two. So we have this one that goes over here, a little bit leaning to the front, and this one. And I think I like the one in the back, so this one over here, as you can see, better as the trunk line, and we can maybe even make it a little bit taller to make a real with this leader over here. So I think we will start first. If we establish that more or less this will be the height, then we can see on more or less 1/3 of the tree we'll have our first branch. And let me see, we have here a nice deadwood feature that we can make. Well, we'll start with that. And what makes it difficult in this tree is that I think I prefer this side as the front, where the base is the widest, but at the same time we don't have many branches that grows on the back, so we can pull over and start styling the tree. But we have a lot of growth on the trunk, and we have a lot of options to choose from on this side, but on this side not really. So I think I will go for this as the front, and then the trunk line will be the one that is on the back, and I will make this trunk over here a deadwood feature of it. So we will have more or less here for you on this side, you can see we will have here this way, we'll have the front. So if we chose that, we can start styling the tree, or at this time making the branch decisions. So we can say, okay, this is a little bit too low, all this little growth underneath, so we take those off. This branch over here, I think we can make kind of a second little trunk as our defining branch, and maybe we can do the same with this one. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 tops, and all this here we can take out, because this will be all deadwood. So let's start with that. And by doing this pruning session, we will also stimulate the growth that we want to grow stronger. This big piece over here, we also need this one, because we will make a gin feature over here. And this branch over here is quite thick for the size of the tree, and going up we want the branches to continue to be thinner. So the further on top we go, the thinner the branches, and the shorter the internodes. We can make a nice chin of this branch over here. So the trunk split here in 2 parts. And now the idea is to get rid of on this one, and continue with the one on the back, on this one. Want to tear the fibers apart, and this will create kind of this natural look to it without tool marks. So it takes a little bit longer than if you use a carving machine, but I think the result will be much more natural than if you use kind of a power tool. But sometimes if you want to do the job a little bit quicker, or you have a bigger piece, or you have a huge amount of deadwood, then I would also recommend using a power tool. So now we have some quite interesting piece of deadwood here, and for now I will leave it like this, but this will weather, and I won't apply any lime silver to it right now, because I want it to weather a little bit to get more like a natural feel, maybe rotten a few pieces, and then I can take it off. and in the future I want to take this gin and make part of the shari, maybe all the way down to the base of the tree. So this will be our new top. So as you can see here, we have a lot of growth. So we want to see if we can go create like a zigzag pattern of branches. So this branch is quite thick, so I will take this one off more or less to the latest shoot, and then we have a few that start right on the base here. We can take those off as well, and then we have our first, second. So this one is too much, and then we go 1, 2, and then this we can take this one off, and everything that goes up and down, we'll get 1, 2, 3. So this one we can take off, this one, and this branch here will be in the future our canopy. So, and here we continue. So we have this first branch that we said, oh, this will be our defining branch to the left. So we have here one branch, and then we have here more growth. So we can do the same thing, seeing how the branch structure appear, and we can make selections based of that. So here we have another one that's growing on the trunk. I would get rid of all those that are growing on the trunk, for example these here. So I think we'll leave this one like I said before, and then we have all this growth on this side here. So then you can choose, oh, is this one really the best one to keep, or maybe this one is coming too much towards the front of the tree. So we'll take this one out and we leave that one on the back. And here we have like a few options. I like this one best. Okay, and then we have here some growth on the trunk. So here we have a structural flaw. You can see that there are two branches growing right next to each other. So we want to make a decision which one to keep. So then we take a look at our front, and we see we might get rid of both of them. And I think that's the move I will make. The one in the back I will cut flush, and this one I left a little stump to make maybe a gin feature. Then we have this branch here. Since we chose this as the front, this one is really coming towards the viewer and it's hiding the line of the trunk, and we might get the gin that we made here further into a shari into this trunk. So we're gonna get rid of this one. So we are getting there, and we have here some shoots that I want to keep, but this can create here on this side. I'll show you with this one some balance with the tree. So this one we're gonna keep so that we can move the structure like a nice upright trunk. And then we have this branch right here, quite a nice branch, but it's crossing this thick trunk over here, and it's more or less parallel with this one. I think I'll get rid of this one as well. And we have another one right behind this one. then we have another decision to make. And since I removed this one, I noticed that this trunk over here has the same line as this branch, so they are kind of parallel with each other, which makes that we want to choose one of those, since we are keeping this one as our defining branch. Kind of a second trunk. It has a nice movement, we can wire it up. I want to take this one out. This one I will make up. Gin feature. And this really opens up the structure, and you can see more or less how the tree is getting into shape. And we have, of course, this branch here on the back that I like. It has this great movement to it, and I want to keep this one as well. And then the last part of the choices that we are making is on this branch over here. So we have here a few pieces that we can cut shorter. This branch right here on the top, it's also quite thick, so we want to make the tree with thinner branches, and we have a lot of extra options on top of it. So I will make a gin of this one. And then we make a choice which branch we'll keep on this area. We have a very nice small piece over here right on top of it, so we can And now we have here the top of the tree, and I don't want this stub right here, so I'll make a cut with the concave tool. And here we will apply some bit of cut paste to it so that it heals better. Next thing I want to do is clean a little bit of the bark. And for that I'm using just a steel brush. Just a little bit, just to see if there are no insects. Since we are doing a lot of heavy pruning, we want to make sure that the tree is healthy. you can see there's a little kind of insect inside the bark, so that's why we do this kind of cleaning, so that we get rid of those. I think I will just remove this branch as well, and then we can finish the shadi a little bit deeper into the tree. So, and now we can also use a charcoal like this to make a drawing first on the tree, to see how it will look like, because once you remove it you cannot go back. So I also mark here for you the front of the tree, so I'm going to remove this with a knife. There you go. So since the branches are very short, I will just do the pruning today, and once they grow a little bit more, then we can put wire on the branches that stayed on the tree and take the design a little bit further. But this is, now we have like the structure of the tree set, and then we can let it grow again, get strong, and do maybe next wiring, maybe this autumn or before, or in the winter. So that's it for today. I hope you like it. Get an update on this tree. I'll put this tree back on the benches, and I will keep you updated next time I will work on this tree. And I see you next time in Bonsai Den Haag. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. See you next time.